car ride. So I have my I got tacos and a Dr. Pepper.
Fucking done. College slaughter gang, you get your shit popped. Take up with a drum.
Went to a car meet not too long ago. The sprocket took a shit on me, and I was going to replace like all of this, but I ended up only replacing the sprocket in the rear because that's what was keeping me from doing it. This is what the sprocket looked like. I was riding home from a meet because I was like, nah, I don't want to be out anymore. And literally like 3 to 5 minutes from my house, that's my dog Storm. Like 3 to 5 minutes from my house, it took a shit on me. And well, yeah. So luckily I had already ordered the part ahead of time because I planned on replacing it anyway. Got it brought home. Yeah. Long story short, obviously it needs a lot of things, but I don't plan on I thought about selling it soon because I thought, oh, I want a ZX6R, let me just get one. And I ended up changing my mind. So I decided to keep the bike for a little while longer, learn more about motorcycles because I have some skills. Because I have some skills of being a mechanic, I feel like, it'll help me work on motorcycles. Right? Anyways, so yeah, that is what I'm here for. Okay, long story short, besides needing a new sprocket, I needed new brakes. And yeah, so I realized, yeah, this bike is pretty fucked up. So anyways, I actually was able to bend this out. Well, not me, but like some guys from my old job was able to help me bend this out even more. But anyway, I know I needed brakes, so I tried to do them one day, and when I went to go do them, everything was stripped out. Okay, couldn't get this out, couldn't get this out. Well, I think I got this one loose. I can't remember, but I couldn't get this out because it was stripped. I had to replace these already because they were stripped, but I was able to knock them loose, pull those out, and then when I went to go pull these out so that I can pull the pads out and this, long story short, it didn't work. So I decided to get a whole new brake caliper so that I can just replace this. That will be coming in tomorrow, and I will probably make a video on that as well. Sorry, and we're back. Okay, long story short, yeah, so I was riding one day and my bike cut off on me out of nowhere. So I was like, oh, I must have like kill switched myself or something like that. I did not kill switch myself. And then I hit the clutch cable. And I was like, oh, it cut back on. Something must be wrong with the clutch cable. It probably, I don't freaking know, right? So obviously, and I was on the highway at this point. Almost got hit twice, right? And so then I was like, okay, let me not kill myself. Did that, started the bike back up, started up fine, started riding again. Next thing you know, it cuts off on me again. So I'm like, what is going on? Right? Get it back to the house after like a full day of like trying to figure this shit out. Get back home. A couple days later, I look at it again because I'm like, this isn't making sense. Right? So I figured out that it's the ignition switch, right? So I would like tap it a little bit, it'll come on. I would leave it. If I were to like to hit a bump or something like that, it would cut back off. So I'm like, oh, must be ignition cable. I thought like something in here was loose. So I would like push it up and it would come back on. So I'm like, okay, weird, right? Long story short, I followed the wire because I am a mechanic. So I work on cars, and I was like, oh, maybe if I just like, follow the wiring, I can find the issue. If it's not like, obviously, check the fuses, check the battery, blah, blah. Those were perfectly fine. So I said, let me see if it's the ignition itself. Anyways, long story short, I followed the ignition all the way down to where it's located. And would you looky here? So this was burnt, right? And this was the only part that was burnt out, right? So I was like, I don't think this, yeah. So this was burnt. This was falling off. Blah, blah. And here we are. Ordered a new one, right? Because why not? Ordered this. So it comes with this. Oh, sorry. Let's move this out the way. So comes with this. New this because obviously it's not going to be the same key if I run out of gas. Yeah. This is the old key. I got this that says, what do we say to the God of death? Not today. I was going to get another one that says something very inappropriate, but we're not going to talk about it. But these are the new set of keys that come with it. Thankfully, there's two and not just one. So there's that. Okay. So I think I'm going to start with the easy part because obviously I know that I'm probably going to have to do more than I want to with this. But it doesn't seem too hard, obviously. Me being a mechanic and all, of course, nothing seems too hard. Pause. But, alright, that's gonna be in the way. This looks like there's one right here. And then another one on this side. Somewhere right there. So, I will get to those. But first, I want to remove this because why not, right? Okay, I don't have like my full tools on here. They're at my job, but these are 4s, 4mm hex, whatever. I'd be forgetting what to call them, but long story short, that's what these bolts. So you will get this one, and this one. So let me. So I normally have a tool that I can use just to get it off, but basically the screwdriver right there, or screwdriver, this screw right there, you have to get it off in order to take that off. And I'll probably have to pry it off because obviously, yeah, so. Okay, so obviously got this off and everything like that. I'm obviously gonna clean this off. And then the same way you took it off, you will be putting it back on. And yeah, just a heads up, it gave me a whole new packet of bolts, which I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to use. So I'm not gonna reuse these old ones, especially since the fact that the screw that came out, I don't think that was the one that's supposed to go in, because there's a tiny one in here that looks like it goes in that spot. So yeah, I got the new gas cap on. Went on pretty easily, no issues. Same way you take it off, put it back on, those 3 bolts, and then that little bolt down there onto the ignition. So this is the part that's gonna get me because I have to make sure it looks like this, you know? So I have to find these 2 bolts right there, knock them loose. Let's see if I can get to them because I know that it's like, oh, yep, this one right here, which does not look like it was in there. And then I don't even know what this one is. Oh, I don't even know if it probably won't. I forgot the word. Focus. Probably won't focus, but that definitely looks like probably a hex or something like that. Anyway, okay, so long story short, I was able to get the ignition out. Same as before. Damn. Okay, same as before. The 2 bolts underneath there is the same. Sorry, my hand is blocking it. Same on here. I want to say the only thing that threw me off was this. It was this bolt, and I have no idea where I put the other one. But, oh. So they had 2 different bolts. So all I can think is that they had the ignition replaced before, which I don't think is a good sign. But it could also just be that they lost the key. Yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so I was able to get this in. It was kind of hard because there's not really much space right here, and I worked with what I had. Obviously, I don't have all my actual tools here, but yeah, so I worked with what I had. I was able to get them in and out. I did have to reuse the same bolts that came out of the old one because I didn't have any other ones. Wow. Anyways, I'm gonna reroute it back in there. Anyways, gonna route it back through here underneath, and I will show you guys if it started up or not. Hopefully, I pray that it started up, because if not, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. But let's do it. Okay, so long story short, got it routed back through. It is plugged in. Obviously these aren't the right keys, so that's moment of truth, I guess. Yeah, like it has to go all the way in. But it turns on. Yeah, bike works good. It locks as well, so if I move the handlebars like that, it locks it. Take the key out, boom, turns it on. For a ride. So I have my CDC boots. I didn't get like big fancy fashionable ones because obviously I don't really need all that. Yes, better gear will help for protection, but really I just want to protect my ankles. I do have a built upper body armor. So this one, I really like it, in all honesty. It is built. Got it from Cycle Gear. Cool. I have my ski mask, my gloves, my built helmet. I do plan on, oh, you can see me a little bit. I do plan on getting me a different helmet soon, but I will probably take you guys to Cycle Gear, and yeah. So I wasn't going to, but I ended up stopping at the gas station. I got tacos and a Dr. Pepper, which I have a bad Dr. Pepper addiction, but I used to drink hella Monsters, so this is definitely an upgrade from what I used to drink. so bike runs well. Didn't really have any issues with like riding or ignition problems. I think the last thing that I have to worry about is, well, not like last thing, because obviously, yeah. The next thing that I will be worrying about is the brake. Sure, yeah, of course. Anyways, the next thing I'll be worrying about is the brake caliper and the brake disc. Obviously, I will be replacing those hopefully tomorrow. Actually, I lied. I still have to order the brake disc, but I ordered the brake caliper because, yeah. But I will get that ordered, and I already have a new pack of brakes, and I'm pretty sure the brake caliper come with new brakes. So I think I'm just gonna throw in a brake caliper with the new brake pads. Throw that on for a while, and then once I get the brake disc ordered, I will use the new brake pads and new brake disc and all that good stuff. But yeah, so far that is good.